Hello and welcome back to another video with me, Rusty. So today we're going to carry on with part 5 of our first few hours in Eve playthrough. But before I start that, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of those who are actually watching and leaving comments on the video. It is greatly appreciated and it really does make me happy to see that some people are enjoying the videos and feeling like they can leave a comment. So much appreciated if you guys can keep doing that. So on that note, if you like the videos, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe if you want to. Another thing also, I just want to apologise for the lack of or slowdown in uploads. These past few weeks have been an extremely busy time for myself. Basically just been moving house. So if anyone's done that, you know how busy it is. In the new place now, kind of semi-set up. I still have my whole home lab environment to set up, but at least the desktop set up and I can actually start recording videos again. Again, running along that note, there is a space issue on my current recording rig. So I'm going to basically limit the recordings to basically 2 videos each time, so you'll get 2 videos recorded back to back instead of 4, which was what we did last time. It was just too much space and I can't quite afford that amount of space at the moment. So until I get my home lab set up, we'll do 2 videos back to back. So if you comment on part 5, which is what this one is, then I won't see it or be able to respond to it until part 7, because part 6 will follow directly on from this one. Anyway, enough jibber jabber about all that stuff. We left off coming to the career agents. So we started off, we did the first mission of the Explorer career agent, and we went over how to scan down, or well, not scan down, but how to find the anomalies that you need to get your proof, and basically how to use your probe scan interface. We went for a couple of layout options, so I hope they were useful. The layout you can change and chop up as much as you want to, and you'll find as the more you play, the more your layout will change to suit your needs. So anyway, let's crack on with number 2, shall we? So we're going to come over here to our agent, we're going to click on him, and we're on number 2 of 5 now. If you're following along, then I apologise again for the delay, but these 5 missions should only take like maybe half an hour, if that you just blast through them. So anyway, this one we're going to get given a herring, which is the Caldari. It's a Caldari frigate. It's the basic starter scanner ship for Caldari players. If you're on a different faction, you'll see here under frigate. So this is the Heron, the Caldari one. Yeah, you'll get a Magnate if you're a Mar. Galente, you will get the where is it? The Imicus, there it is. It always looks strange because it just is a side view. You get the Imicus and Mimitar, you get the Probe, I want to say. It's somewhere, there it is, yeah, the Probe, there you go. So these are all the basics scanner ships, and then you can go up and you can actually get into your Covert Ops one, which is the Cheetah for but anyway, enough of that, don't have to worry about that. But you basically get given your starting frigate scanner from this mission. So he wants us to follow the program, basically just follow the training course. We're basically going to be given our data and relic analyzers on here. So accept that. Now what I would recommend you do is, while you're on this screen, to save some time, open up your ship fitting by going here and just move across your civilian afterburner, because your herring, you don't get one. So just move that across into your item hanger, close this, and then we'll go to hangars over here. We can see our nice new herring. You can double click it, or you can right click assemble ship, and again you can double click or you can go make active. And there we go, here is our nice brand new fairing. So yeah, if you open up a ship fitting window, you can see we don't have the afterburner, so just fit that in there. It will just help us move through the site a bit faster. So with that done, we're now going to undock. Out in the big side world. And yeah, here we go. So for this one, we are actually just literally going to warp to the site. I'm going to minimize the Crimson Harvest.
Active.
So yeah, in video 4 we went through setting up your directional scanner, your probe scanner, your overview using the overlay that I use. So if you want to know about all of that, go watch the previous video. So you can read this. I'm not going to bother because I've read it so many times, but you feel free to read it. Basically it just says we need to go through the gate. This is what I'm saying about fitting the afterburner. Just helps speed us along a little bit. I'm just going to form a fleet with myself just so we don't see the local chit chat. So this is what this mission is. It's kind of, you go from point to point, you read the information that pops up, you go open the cans that you need to open, and yeah, you can't go wrong with this one. Just remember to bring your afterburner and you'll get through this as quick as I am. So here's the can that they want us to go to, so just open that cargo. Again, if you want to know how to get the contextual wheel, you just hold down your left mouse button over the item, scroll up, let go, and it will open it. Your ship will automatically fly, and once it's within range, it'll loot it. So loot all of them. Again, if you want to read this, you can. If not, you know, I'm just going to go straight to the gate. Now, we've been given these, but unfortunately right now we can't actually equip them. You need to be in a station or you need to have a mobile depot to be able to equip modules while in space. So mobile depot in space, or a station, or something like that, and then or in a station. So basically this is just going to tell you what a data site generally looks like. It's this thing over here. You can normally tell as well by that wonderful sound you get. Doesn't it look beautiful? Do we have any skins? No. So if you want to buy skins for your ship, you can come here and you can buy them. This one you get from Project Discovery, which we'll actually go through in a little while, and this one you would get by completing the career agent missions. So that's what a data site generally looks like as a whole, I should say.
Active.
And then, yeah, it's now going to tell us this is what a relic looks like, which is great because they're shoving an asteroid in our face. So it's this thing over here. They generally look like this, but again, we're not really interested. Just fly to the gate. We might actually have to manual pilot a little bit here. If you want to know how I did this, it was just hold down Q and double click in space, and you'll fly in a straight line. Again, I think we covered that in video 4 as well. So now we're out of the way of this stupid asteroid, we can just fly straight to the gate. And then once we've cleared this gate, I believe we dock back up at the station and we can refit these modules.
Warp drive active.
Oh, okay. So it does that. It's going to go through and tell us what a gas site looks like as well. So it's kind of what a gas site looks like. It's not usually a gas site. It's just a load of clouds. Well, it's a load of gas floating in space. Would you believe it? And we're just going to click dock and we're going to head back. Station.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Right, and then yeah, start conversation, complete mission. Oh, don't you won't get this. It's because I'm in a I formed a fleet with myself, so don't worry about this. You won't get that when you complete it. Only I will. Okay, so we're going to request our next mission, and now they want proof. We're going to go do some scanning, is what we're going to go do now, and play some mini games. So first things first, we're going to accept this, close this, open up our fitting window. We'll go back to our fitting, and we're going to go back to inventory, ship hangar. Just drag these over. And there we go, we're now loaded. Again, keep the afterburner set because you're going to need it later on. So that is it. And then we are going to undock. Okay, so we need to find a data training site. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Well, I've already made a safe, so I can't remember if I actually showed you how to do that or not. So we'll go through it quickly here. So what I do is I go warp to because I filter out this on my hunt overlay so I don't get swamped by planets. So you literally select a planet. Actually, before you do that, press Control B to bring up your new location tab, and then what you do in here is type in whatever you want to use. Now we go over here, warp to, select a planet or something that's far away. So the AU, the higher the number, the further it is away. Warp to 0.
Warp drive active.
And then as you press V while you are walking, V should reduce, but just click submit. And that will create a bookmark in the location for you. Switch back to my hunt view, and then all you do then is once you finish is you right click, warp to 0.
Warp drive active.
And that's how you create bookmarks. But again, we'll go into a bit more detail on how to really use bookmarks in some later videos when we actually really need them. I've been doing quite a lot of stuff in Nullsuck on the main character on this account, and it's really good fun. I did some Poshman hauling for the first time, and that was nail biting. So I look forward to sharing that with you in the coming future. Anyway, so we're at this safe. We're out of the way of people. We're not going to be bothered. So what I tend to do is I always move these modules around so that they're kind of always familiar and in the same location. So that's how I usually have mine set up. You can set it up however you like, but that's just how I like to do it. So we're going to launch our probes. We're going to click on this icon here. We are not going to have a massive floating screen like that. We don't need that, so let's just do that. So that was literally clicking on this square here, go floating, and then you can actually now size it how you want. So I have a playable window in the middle here, which is about like that, and that's as big as you want it. So this is your scanning window, and this blue circle here are your probes. Now they're in the standard probe format, which is pinpoint formation, and it defaults to 4AU by default. So what you can do is if you actually hold Alt and mouse up or down, you can see it increases the size of your probes. So if you go, for me, if I scroll towards me, it shrinks it. If I scroll away from me, it makes it bigger. Now what I do when I start scanning is I make it 8AU, and then we'll find just one like here. So if you double click it, you want to move the box over it so it's like this. If you double click in space somewhere, it will rotate the map, and then you can just drag it down. And so yeah, if you want to do that, just double click anywhere on the map. And then once you're happy with that, because we're going to hit a lot of signatures here, so all these red crosses are signatures. Yours might not look like this because I've actually got a filter on, so I've turned off anonymity. It's that word again. These. I will get used to saying that word at some point. I've turned these off. I've turned off deployables. I've turned off structures, and I've turned off scanning. And I've just left these on, which helps really helps you find your cosmic signatures here. So once you're ready with this, press B, which is the shortcut key, and your probes will scan. So those lines you saw were the probes moving from their locations or locations out and into the middle. So there we go, we got loads and loads of hits there. So anything that went green has been scanned down, and then anything in yellow or orange or red still needs further scanning. You can see there is a progress bar here on the right here. So basically the higher the signal strength, like this one, this relic training site, we've almost scanned down. So if we were to just double click that, our camera moves to it. We can then drag our probes over, double click in space, drag them up again, hold Alt, make it 4AU, press B again, and that will complete this site now. So you'll see it jump from 96 and it'll go green to 100. Beautiful, we've got loads more extra, yeah. So once we've done this, you can default it back. Then recover probes is down here because we don't need them anymore. We can then close the map, and then we need to go to a data training site. So we're going to find data training, right click, warp to 0.
Warp drive active.
And away we go. Now, we can warp to 0 pretty confidently in the system because it's the starting area. You're not likely to get killed, but when you're out in the big wide world, some of these sites will have rats on it. And a heron already beat us to this one, so we'll go to the next one.
Warp drive active.
But yeah, in the big wide world, some of these sites can actually have NPC spawns, which, if you're not properly fitted, will just blow you out the water straight away. And of course, you have to be careful of other players who might be cloaked. But we're getting a lot of people. See, this happens in the real world as well. You'll get other people who will come and try and steal your sites. So what I did there is I just approached it. We're going to hold control. We're going to left click. I'm now going to go into an orbit, and that will give us that, and then data site. You gotta love it. You gotta love it.
Warp drive active.
You gotta love it when the starting area gets so busy and you're trying to do a video explaining how to scan stuff down. Right, okay, so a few things happened there. What I've done is I've reloaded the probes into the launcher. So you right click the probe and then you still have a reload option. So I'll show you that in a little while. So unfortunately we are going to actually have to scan down some more sites. Just make it nice and big and press B. So that will happen in real life as well. You'll spend time scanning a site down and you'll get there and another player's done exactly the same thing, or they've pre-scanned it and they will try and push you off the site now. You can prevent that. Wow, I had that set to 16 AU. That was incredible. You can try and prevent that by having a friend with you who does like Overwatch and covers your back, or you fit your scanning ship with drones or some kind of DPS capability, so weapons or something. Then recover them. Right, so to reload, you right click here, reload. Now the beautiful thing with these ships is if you have more probes in your cargo, in your cargo bay, your space here, it will automatically reload for you. So the best thing to do is carry 16 of the probes. That way you launch 8 and then you can it automatically reloads. Right, okay, so here's our data site. We're going to approach it. Then our drive. I like doing it this way because when you approach it you bounce off the structure, and then when you get close enough you can turn your drive off, and then I like to go into an orbit, and then you can actually start hacking straight away without having to worry about floating off into out of the range and ruining the hack. So your relic and your relic and data analyzers have a 5,000 meter range, and if you go out of that range while you're hacking, it fails the hack instantly. Most cans like this, these are called cans, we call them cans, you get 2 attempts. If after a second one they actually blow up. So we're going to use the data analyzer after we've locked it up. So control left click locks it, and if you want to do what I did, you can actually click here as well. So click and let control, or control and click, whatever you want to do. So this is the hacking minigame. Now there are loads of videos out there on YouTube explaining this in more detail, but your main goal here is to find the central node. And what you do is you basically click on these little nodes as you go through, you're looking for it. Now there's a thing called the rule of 6, which is the best option to try and find, which means when you click the node it opens up the next one. You go through and you try and get to a node that's got the rule of 6. So if we click on this one is the rule of 6. So if you hit a security node here and it's surrounded by 6 others, the core is somewhere within these 6. So for us, we know this is a 1. I should have explained that before, but there's no thing here, so we can actually go up. So you see these numbers, these are getting higher, which means we're moving away from something. So these numbers let us know that there's something 4 nodes away. So we come back, it goes 2, so we've been here, so it's going to be something here. No, okay, it'd be one of these 2, this one here then, and that's our core. So it's in the rule of 6. There wasn't a security node, but generally if there's a rule of 6, if one or a security node, check these areas first. To hack the core, we click it and it's done. We can loot up here. This is why we orbit at 1,000, so we can loot straight away. So you click that box, loot all, And we're done. So we're going to go dock.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested.
Now, this video is already at 25 minutes long, so I don't want to be too much longer just going over
Docking request accepted.
hacking, but at the same time, I don't really want to do another video on finishing off this because we should have done it by now. But anyway, start conversation, complete mission. Again, don't worry about this, you won't get it. So we're going to request this one. We're going to now go do one on the relic site. So we're going to accept that. Undock. It's kind of hard to explain
Warp drive active.
the hacking game. Actually, I've got one here already. Away we go.
Warp drive active.
Anyway, what was I saying? Sorry. Yeah, it's kind of already hard. It's kind of hard to explain the game, the mini hacking game, in the starting area because it's just so short and you don't cover everything you would expect to find. Oh, for God's sake! Right.
Warp drive active.
Back to our safe we go. It's amazing. When I've done this on previous characters, I've never once had another player arrive at my site. So it must be because I'm recording. They must know. But it's a good chance to go over this again with you. So fly to our safe, drop the probes, open the map, pick a nice one in the middle, leave it at 8 AU. Double click in space to do that. B. Usually when I'm doing this out in the real world, every time I press B, I also press V, which is a shortcut for your D-scan. Get used to doing that.
Warp drive active.
The more times you hit this, the more chances you are to stay alive. Right, so we hit a gas site straight away and we're going to warp to it straight away. So we're not going to waste any time. I'm not going to pull my probes yet until I know that I can actually get this site, right? So again, we're going to approach, we're going to lock. So control left click. After burn it away. Okay, I'm going to pull my probes now. Reload them ready. So we're getting nice and close. I am going to go into an orbit, stop my burner. I'm not going to go into an orbit on this one because I'm just going to crash. So I'm going to keep it range at 1000. Okay, so this one uses the relic analyzer, which is this one. So we click this. So there's something five nodes away. 4, 3, 2. Okay, so we're going away. 1. So I've got a rule of 6 again. Again, there was no defense node. So it's going to be one of these 6. So yeah, okay, cool. So it's there. Also to note, we started down here. Now, most of the time, if you start in a corner down here, the main core is going to be usually in the opposite corner. So if we started up here, it'd be more likely down here, over here, down here. It gets a bit funny when it's in the middle. It can be across, up, kind of like somewhere in this area. And then if it starts away from one of the corners, it can literally be anywhere. So you'll have to go around and find it. But generally, if you start in a corner, try and get to the opposite corner, and it should be somewhere over there. So this is the core, the main core. I'm going to see if I can actually trigger a Right, so this is a secure. This is a security node. So, actually, I got a bit more detail to go into here to tell you. So, this is a security node. This here on the left is your health. Basically, it's how much damage you can take. So we currently have 25 damage we can take. This here on the right is how much damage you do. So we currently do 10. So this is our virus strength. When you look at these, the bottom here, the bottom number tells you how much damage this security node will do to us, which will be 10, and it's got 20 health. So with 2 hits, this will die, like that. And then we look at here, and it's the same thing, strength 10 of attack, 20 health. We'll be able to do it. So you'll take 2 hits, 1, 2. Now if you were going to die on that, like that last press, we should have died, but because we actually complete the hack, we don't die and we successfully complete it. So again, loot the cargo, loot it, close this off, dock back up.
Warp drive active.
Like I said, guys, there's loads more in-depth videos out there on hacking and the actual game and the whole process of scanning. I will go over this stuff in more detail on the main character, because it's a good chance and a good place to show you what it's like doing hacking in nullsec, which is where my main character for this account is currently located. And I've earned a lot of money on that account. But we're going to dock in here, start the conversation, complete mission. Don't worry about that, you won't get it. So we're already up to 1.5 million ISK already. We're going to request this one. I can't remember what it was now. Oh, okay. So it's just we've got to go discover a gas site basically, and we'll get a bantam even as a reward. So we're going to accept this. We'll quickly do this, and then I'll end the video because. Oh, stop! Abort. Don't forget to take the gas key.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested. Docking request.
Yeah, don't
accepted.
do what I did. Remember to take the key. I thought I stopped the undock, but I clearly didn't. When you accept the 5th mission, you will get a gas key. You need to move that into your ship's inventory here. Okay, then undock. Because what will happen is you'll get to the site and you won't be able to progress to the actual gas site because you don't have the key to activate the acceleration gate. So we're going to warp to site.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I like how they don't get you to scan one down, but that's what a gas site looks like. This top one here is green, so it says gas site, but...
Warp drive active.
Yeah, so if you don't bring the key, you'll get stuck here and you'll have to go back to the station and come back, so... We arrive... I've never seen a gas site that looks like this apart from at the training site, but who cares? So yeah, go open it, use your afterburner, loot that, close that, dock up.
Warp drive active.
Here we go.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Okay, start conversation, complete mission. Boom, done. That is it. That is the Explorer agent complete. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up here. Yeah, we went through the basics of scanning and hacking. Now, this is, like I said, it is the pure basics. I'm sorry if it seemed like I was flying through it. It's just with the competition of the sites, it was kind of a little tricky to try and get all the information down that I wanted to let you guys know. But we will be going through hacking and scanning in more detail. It's one of the things I love to do in games. So yeah, there'll be another couple of videos on scanning and hacking to come out later on with the main account, with the main character on this account. But that'll do, guys. I'm going to end it here. Like I said, this video has gone on way longer than what I intended it to, but I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it useful. We're going to go straight on to part 6, which will be picking up one of the other agents. So we'll probably go for the Enforcer or Soldier of Fortune, which are a bit more shooty. So we'll start them. And they're also a bit longer as well, but we'll be starting them in part 6. We'll also go through a couple of other things I want to talk about that will help you along the way. But until then, guys, if you like the video, give it a like. If you want to leave a comment, let me know how poorly I did, then please do. And if you could subscribe, that would be great. It'd mean the world to me. It really helps the channel out. But yeah, until then, guys, you all take care, fly safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.